Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Countdown to Tipoff, presented by UT Knoxville alumni and Tennessee Athletics. Happy Big Orange Friday, and thank you for joining us for our virtual pep rally. I'm Brian Rice, UT alumni. This event would not be possible without our partners and sponsors, including Cellular Sales, Coca-Cola, Farm Bureau Insurance, First Horizon, Food City, Graduate Knoxville, Graphic Creations, Pilot Company, PYA, Threads, and UT Medical Center. Now let's get started. Today's highlights include an interview with the man of the weekend, VFL Chris Lofton. We'll hear from Tennessee Associate Head Coach Justin Gainey. We'll have highlights from Olivier Cumwau's dominant performance against South Carolina earlier this week, along with keys to the game and much more. Of course, before we jump in, we've changed things up a bit this year on Countdown to Tip-Off. We want to hear from you. If you have questions about the team, tomorrow's game against Kentucky, or questions for our VFL guest, Chris Lofton, just type those into the comments on whatever streaming service you're joining us from, and we will answer those later in the show. Last time Tennessee hit the road, it was to Columbia, South Carolina, as the Vols took on the Gamecocks last Saturday. Tennessee, a 43-point winner on the road in a conference game, and Olivier Cumwaus had one of the best games for him in the orange and white. Let's take a look at Olivier Cumwaus in Tennessee, South Carolina.
Dumps it off to Cumwaus, still at three-point range. Cumwaus decides just to take it, three, and he hits. Money! Under the hoop, reverse layup, flips it up there, and in! Little circus shot. Back to Ziegler, back to Cumwaus. Slams down the lane. Slam it! Comes across the lane, fall away 10-footer, rolls in. Bounces it down low. Cumwaus, turn around, baseline. Jump shot is good. Tough shot. Bangs into the lane, turns, fires a 10-footer and hits. Phillips gets it down low. Cumwaus just powers his way to the basket and scores against Jackson. No resistance. Behind the back pass to Cumwaus, who slams down the lane. Thunder dunk. Pass goes inside Cumwaus. Bangs, falls away. 10-footer good on the baseline. 10 for 10.
The Tennessee basketball program will honor legendary All-American and SEC all-time three-point king Chris Lofton by retiring his jersey tomorrow during halftime of the game against Kentucky. Chris Lofton joins us here today on Countdown to Tip-Off. Chris, so great to have you with us. What does this weekend mean for you? I think we lost Chris there for a second. Chris, what does this weekend mean to you at Tennessee?
Just means everything. To come back here to Knoxville in front of all nation and be able to get honored in this way and have my family and friends there, it's special. I'm looking forward to it.
When you heard your jersey was going to be retired, what was your reaction when you got that news from Tennessee this past year?
I'm just a little shocked. I was shocked. People had heard rumors about it. People talked to me about it, but for it to really say it's going to happen, it was, I guess it was a dream come true. Just to know where I started from, and where I didn't have many scholarships to go play college basketball, and then know that my jersey's going to be in the Raptors at Thompson Bowling Arena was a surreal moment for me.
I heard you mention that a little earlier in the week in another interview. Your offer list, Tennessee really stuck out amongst the other programs that it offered. What did Tennessee see in you, and what did that coaching staff see in you to bring you here to Knoxville?
Well, it was kind of a last minute thing. It was no coach that played Tennessee in the '60s. He coached a high school team that my team played against my senior year, and I had a pretty good game against him. And he called Tennessee for me and said, I don't know if you have any scholarships, but I got a guy that y'all need to look. And at the same time, around next week, had a guy transfer. So there were one open scholarship available. And next thing I know, Buzz Peterson was coming to Maysville to see me, and he offered me the scholarship. And it was a no-brainer for me. He was the biggest school, so it was the perfect idea for me.
And your career really took off when Bruce Pearl came in and elevated the program, and you were such a huge part of that run that Tennessee went on in those first couple of years. What was that transition like from Buzz Peterson into Bruce Pearl and those next big steps taken very quickly by Tennessee?
It was, Bruce just turned it around, instant, and you look at Bruce's track record, everywhere he goes, he wins. So, when he got here, we were the year before, so we didn't know how to win. It seemed like so he came in, brought that win mentality, and taught us how to work, play together as a team, and it was a special moment, a special years those last 3 years.
Two of your greatest games came against Tennessee's current head coach in Rick Barnes, a big win down in Austin, and then your famous shot here at Thompson Bowling Arena against Texas. I get the sense that Rick Barnes certainly has a lot of respect for you as a player, but those moments that you had against him still kind of stuck with him, haven't they?
I think so. It's us basketball. We have memories about everything. So some memories I'll never forget. And I know he's coached so long over certain games and moments that that stand out.
Let's take a couple of questions from our viewers right now. Vol Society asks, Chris, what was your favorite moment during your playing career at Tennessee?
I would say probably my 2008 when we played Memphis for number 1 versus number 2 and we were ranked number 1. For the simple fact, like I was just talking about, my freshman year we were 14-17. It was bad, so that turnaround was special feeling that night.
What about that night in the NCAA tournament? You hit the three-pointer to win the game, a game you were heavily favored in, but had, as many NCAA tournament games do, had gone right down to the wire, and there was no doubt in crunch time whose hands the ball was going into.
Yeah, there was, March Madness. That's what they call it for a reason. The seeds don't matter. You still got to play, and, it's great teams everywhere, any conference, any level. So, we were in a dogfight, and, Bruce called a play for me, and, I worked hard for those moments in the summer, in the preseason, in practice, and, I was ready for it.
Let's take another question from our viewers. Fran asks, any plans on making Knoxville your home? Beloved here. I know you've lived all over and played all over. Any thoughts of Knoxville long term?
It's possible. Not right now. I'm still living in Kentucky, so but I could see myself moving here at some point. Definitely.
Your senior season, it didn't go the way that maybe you had planned, certainly with the health challenges you faced. And those challenges that you fought kind of on your own and not with the knowledge, with everybody having the knowledge of what you were going through. What was kind of going through your thought process when you chose to fight through that and then not tell anybody about it publicly until the end of the season?
I just felt like that, that's what I had to do. That's what I needed to do. I felt like God was telling me to, don't make excuses, keep quiet, keep working, keep playing, and, I'm going to use your story and to help other people, inspire other people. And, to this day, people still text me or ask me questions on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, just to, me for, my story, what they did, what I did, and it's helped them get through their situation with health issues. So, at the time I was frustrated, mad, but now I look back and realize that, God had a plan all along, and, it's all about helping people and serving people, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Let's take another question from our viewers. Who are you friends with today from your old teammates, and who are you maybe closest with from those teams at Tennessee?
Yeah, I still talk to Jordan, Jawan, JP, Cam. I would say those more than the others. Still, Tyler, and then Wayne, Duke. I would say those guys.
What's it like when you guys get together? Is it like old times again, or what is it? Those memories that you share and those times at Tennessee that you share when you guys get back together, or when you're just chatting and texting back and forth?
Yeah, well, it's gonna be the first time we've all been together like this in a while. Probably tomorrow. So it's gonna be fun. I'm sure we'll have good laughs, talk about old practices, stories. So I'm really looking forward to it. And Dane too. Also, forgot about Dane, but I'm looking forward to it.
They're putting 5 in the rafters tomorrow. There's another guy wearing 5 right now through the end of his career. I've got to ask you about Zakai Ziegler because he's another guy who's underrated, has a tremendous story. What is that story that Zakai Ziegler have that so many people have rallied around? Does it give you a little extra that knowing that he wears that number 5?
Definitely, he represents the number 5, and it's fun to watch him play. He plays with so much heart, so determination, and he don't stop. He keeps going, and offensively and defensively. So it's I love him wearing the number 5, represented the right way.
This Kentucky team comes in tomorrow struggling a little bit. How does Tennessee have to kind of keep their focus, knowing that everybody's saying this should be a big win for you, but sometimes that's not how college basketball goes. How does Tennessee need to approach this matchup tomorrow?
They got to approach it, just like they've done every other game, and it's going to be a tough matchup. Kentucky's struggling at the moment, but at any time a team can get hot, they can, play better. So, and Kentucky's still Kentucky. Number 1 in NCAA wins, so it's going to be a dogfight. I look for Kentucky to play a great game tomorrow, so we got to be ready from the start.
All right, we always wrap up the guest segment with some of the keys to the game. I want to give you a couple of my keys to the game, see what you think, and certainly add any of your own. But the first key to me is to let it fly. You have a Tennessee team that's very confident in its three-point shooting. You have a Kentucky team that just gave up a barrage of threes to South Carolina. I know let it fly is one that you can probably identify with.
Absolutely. That's what I love, to let it fly. That's my motto when I'm on the court.
My second one is to help the young guy, because we've seen Julian Phillips have some really impressive performances this year. And then there are some other games where he has maybe not played at that same high level. To me, it's about his teammates being able to pick him up and take him to that next level. How did you do that when you had a young, talented freshman that maybe needed to find that consistency?
I think you just got to continue to, give him confidence. Let him know we're behind you no matter what, because, it's going to happen. You're going to play bad. You're going to play good. It's normal, but you just can't let the bad affect you. You got to just keep moving, keep playing, and keep playing hard and being patient and trusting the process.
And then my last one is carry the fight. I'm borrowing one from a football term there, but this Kentucky team is struggling a little bit. To me, if you take the fight to them early, this could you could reinforce all the doubts that Kentucky has about itself and reinforce all the positive that you have in your locker room.
Hello?
Hey, I think we'd lost you there for a second, but just carry the fight to Kentucky and keep it there to try to reinforce some of the struggles that they've had.
Yeah, I didn't hear you the first part.
Just the final key to the game being carry the fight to Kentucky, make sure that they continue with some of their struggles, and Tennessee can be a big part of that.
Yeah, we got to carry the fight. Like I said, Kentucky's going to come in and they're going to be ready to go. They need a big win, and nothing would be better for them to win to Tennessee. I'm sure Cal and the coaches ever tell them that, like, they're going to overlook us. We got a chance. Let's start. And like you said, we got to carry that fight and be ready from the start.
But Tennessee's got to get it done on Chris Lofton Day. Chris, how much are you looking forward to seeing that crowd tomorrow?
I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to the crowd, the sold out arena, and there's nothing better to be in there with Vol Nation.
Well, I know I'll be there. I know a lot of people viewing right now will be there as well. Chris, can't thank you enough for your time here on this very special weekend for you. I hope you and your family and your teammates have an amazing time tomorrow. Let's cap it off with a win over the Wildcats.
Thank you so much. Go Vols.
That is Chris Lofton, number 5, starting tomorrow, will hang in the rafters for all of time at Thompson Bowling Arena. Earlier this week, we were able to catch up with Tennessee Associate Head Coach Justin Gainey as we preview Tennessee and Kentucky.
Some aspects of this year's team that I really like, I would start off with just the competitive nature of the team. We have an older, seasoned group, with some younger, new faces mixed in. But, the team has maintained the competitive spirit that has allowed us to do some special things already this year. And I think as we move forward, some even more special things. But, guys are really driven, they're focused, and the only way you get to that point is being ultra competitive. And, you see it every day, whether it's in the film room, whether it's on the court, and obviously in the game setting. They are, they compete in all aspects of the game. Yeah, I think all of the newcomers, they have had a good adjustment. I wouldn't say that each one is the same because, you got guys entering in at different points in their career. Tyreek Key is a grad transfer. He's older. You look at a Julian Phillips, a Tobe Awaka, BJ Edwards, DJ Jefferson. Those guys are entering at different stages, but they've all had a smooth, I think, integration into the program, into the culture, and I think that's in large part due to the older senior presence that we have with those older guys in Santi and Josiah, Urosh, Olivier, Zakai, and all those guys have been welcoming those guys into the fold because they know how important each and every one of them are to the success of the team. Obviously, with Kentucky, it starts with Oscar Tshiebwe, reigning National Player of the Year. He impacts the game on both sides of the ball. The biggest thing that he does is rebound. Whether it's an offense, whether it's defensive rebound. When that ball goes up, he's going to go get it. So for our guys, it's going to be a challenge to make sure we get a body on him every single time that ball is in the air. On the offensive side of things, he's going to post you up deep. He's going to try to get you in the post up early and often. And so we got to do our work early, make it really tough for him to get catches, and try to push his catches out as far as we possibly can. The next guy for Kentucky is Severe Wheeler. He's kind of like the head of their snake. He sets the tempo for him on the offensive end, and on the defensive side, he's a pest where he can pick you up full court, try to work you, try to turn you, and make life difficult getting into your offense. And then, the third guy I would say is Kason Wallace, who is a big-time talent as a freshman, comes in highly rated, and up to this point has lived up to that billing. Has had a really good freshman year, just kind of doing a little bit of everything. He scores, he guards, I think he leads them in steals. He can really shoot the ball. He's shooting close to 50% from three, mid-40s from the field. So again, another tough matchup for us that we got to be ready for. Vol Nation, thank you so much for supporting the show, and also thank you for your unbelievable support thus far this season. Want to encourage you to continue to feed the floor as it makes a huge difference for us and gives us the best home court advantage in the country.
Thanks, Coach. It's now time to announce our Vol Fan of the Week and winner of a Vol prize pack. Congratulations to Todd Ronald. Todd, keep an eye out on your mailbox for a Big Orange package coming your way soon. Do you want to win in our next event? Just register for our next countdown to tip-off at alumni.utk.edu for your chance to win. We welcome in now to countdown to tip-off Associate Vice Chancellor for Alumni Relations, Dwayne Wiles. Dwayne, so glad to have you with us here on this Big Orange Friday. Going to be a big one at Thompson Bowling Arena tomorrow.
Yes, it will. And let me tell you, it was great to have Chris Lofton stop by. Just what a story. And Brian, we can't thank you enough for all that you do on behalf of the University of Tennessee and the Vol Nation. Vol Nation, before the game tomorrow against Kentucky, let me share with you how you can be proud be involved, and continue to be invested in UT. First, be proud by wearing your orange, just like what I have on today, everywhere you go, especially on Big Orange Friday. Another way to show your pride is by purchasing the brand new UT license plate. It's the one on the road with the beautiful checkerboard design. And every time that you purchase that plate, it supports directly a UT student. So visit your local county clerk for all of you that live here in the state of Tennessee, and make sure to ask them to switch it to orange. Second, be involved by attending in-person and virtual events like today. If you haven't yet, also make sure to join our new exclusive online alumni network. It's called Connect UT. And here you can actually mentor students online. You can share your work experience and connect with fellow alumni. Just visit connect.tennessee.edu today. And third, be invested by impacting the lives of our students. Make one gift, any size, every year, and support an area of the university that you want to support. So you can do that now by visiting us online at alumni.utk.edu and just select Make a Gift when you go to the website. So before we wrap up our show, let's count down the tip-off starting right now.
Thank you so much for joining us today here on Countdown to Tip-Off. Be sure to tune in tomorrow as the Vols take on Kentucky at noon on ESPN. We have more Countdown to Tip-Off events coming soon. Check out the calendar at alumni.utk.edu to find out when our next online event will be. I'm Brian Rice for everybody at UT Knoxville Alumni saying go Big Orange and beat the Wildcats.